A quiet garden, the sound of wind moving through leaves. And then, just one word spoken softly. "Claire." She stops walking. The calm slips away from her face. It's not fear. It's not confusion. It's something else. Recognition. That's how the Outlander Season 8 teaser ends, and for many of us, that single moment has been echoing ever since. It's so quiet that it almost doesn't feel real. But in that silence lies everything this show has built toward. Love, loss, time, and the impossible things that refuse to stay buried. So what is this scene trying to tell us? What future, or maybe past, is calling Claire's name? Let's start with the feeling it gives. For years, Outlander has been about motion, running, fighting, healing, rebuilding. But this teaser begins with stillness. Claire walks through a garden where the world finally feels soft again. You can almost sense that she's letting herself breathe, maybe for the first time in what feels like forever. After everything she's survived, wars, separations, and heartbreaks, it's as if the earth has stopped spinning just for her. And then, the voice. It's just a few seconds, yet everything changes. Her name, spoken once, turns that peaceful moment into a doorway. You can see it in her eyes. The quiet cracks open. That calm expression fades into something that can't be hidden. What does she see? What memory does she feel so instantly that she forgets where she is? Fans have been asking the same question since the teaser dropped. Who calls to her? Why does she seem to know that voice? There's a theory that refuses to go away. The voice belongs to her brother. Before diving into that, think about where we left her in Season 7. Claire and Jamie had weathered more storms than most people face in a lifetime. They'd lost friends, crossed centuries, and tried to live in both the past and the present without being fully safe in either. When the last season ended, it looked like they were finally heading home to the ridge, tired but ready to live quietly. For once, the chaos seemed behind them. That final note of peace made a lot of viewers emotional. It felt like maybe, just maybe, they had earned a rest. But the Outlander universe rarely allows stillness for long. The teaser feels like time itself catching up again, a reminder that the past never really lets go. Now back to that voice. It's not just any call. Claire doesn't flinch like she would at a threat. She doesn't look puzzled, as if hearing a stranger. The look on her face says something more intimate, more instinctive. It's recognition mixed with disbelief, and that's why the idea of her brother feels so right. It would explain everything about her expression. If you've seen Blood of My Blood, you'll remember that Outlander has already played with the idea of family lines and inherited gifts. The ability to travel through time isn't random. It runs in certain families. That connection across generations opens the door to so many possibilities. So imagine that William, her brother, somehow inherited that same gift, the pull of the stones, the echo that allows certain people to slip through time when others can't. Picture this. William grows up in another era, hearing scattered stories about a sister who lived somewhere in time. Maybe he doesn't even believe it at first. Maybe it's a family legend told in hushed tones, too impossible to take seriously, too haunting to forget. But as he gets older, the puzzle pieces start fitting together. The whispers about a woman named Claire who could heal, who disappeared, who might have crossed centuries. Those stories line up too perfectly to be myth. He starts to wonder if she's real, and if she is, how far he'd have to go to find her. Now imagine the years of searching, his life becoming a trail of questions. And then one day, in a garden that doesn't belong to his time, he sees her. He says her name and she turns, already knowing. That instant, the one we see in the teaser, would hold decades of longing in a single heartbeat. If that's what we're seeing, it changes everything for Claire. This is a woman who has lived a lifetime of loss. She's buried people she loved, crossed timelines, and survived heartbreaks that should have broken her for good. She has learned to carry the weight of every ghost she's met. The thought that she could gain something, someone, after so much taking, that's a kind of miracle she's never had before. It's not just a reunion, it's a rewriting of her story. For once, time wouldn't be taking from her. It would be giving something back. That's what makes this theory so powerful. It's not only about who the voice belongs to. It's about what it represents: healing, reconnection, And the possibility that after all these years, Claire isn't as alone as she thought. And if it is her brother, think of what that means for her character. Claire has always been the fixer, the healer, the one who saves others. But this meeting would force her to look inward, to face what she's never been able to fix in herself. The woman who has patched up soldiers and lovers might finally have to let someone else heal a part of her. That's why this scene feels so important. It's small and quiet, but beneath that silence is a tidal wave of emotion. It's Outlander doing what it does best, making the personal feel epic and the epic feel personal. Time travel, after all, is just another way to talk about love, about what we're willing to cross for the people who matter. And notice how the teaser doesn't answer anything outright. That's deliberate. It leaves space for curiosity. It asks us to lean in and fill the silence with questions. Who's calling? How did he find her? What will she do next? Those few seconds have sparked pages of theories because they're built on mystery done right. The teaser doesn't shout, it whispers, and we can't help but listen. Let's step back for a moment to talk about what makes this scene so Outlander. The show has always used time as both a gift and a curse. Every leap through centuries brings a price. Something lost, someone left behind. Claire knows that better than anyone. So hearing her name from someone who shouldn't exist in her time, that's the past and the future colliding in the most intimate way possible. It's terrifying, beautiful, and deeply human. What I love about this teaser is how it hints that Season 8 might not just be about closure or endings, it might be about rediscovery. Outlander has always been about finding home in unexpected places. And maybe this time, home looks like family returning from the other side of history. It's also worth noting that production for Season 8 has already wrapped. Filming is done and the show is in post-production. Everything now is about refining and preparing for release, which is expected sometime in early 2026. That means we're closer than we think to the full trailer, and that next look will probably trade mystery for emotion. We'll likely see more of Claire's inner world, and maybe even a glimpse of the man behind the voice. Still, what we have now is enough to keep us thinking. The garden scene is more than a teaser, it's a promise. It tells us that Outlander isn't done exploring the lines between love, loss, and destiny, that Claire's story isn't closing. It's circling back, because that's the thing about Outlander. It never lets the past die quietly. It brings it back, reshapes it, and makes us question what it means to belong to more than one time. Claire's life has always been a map drawn in overlapping eras, but this season might finally let her trace the parts she's lost. Maybe this isn't just about reunion. Maybe it's about realization, that after everything, she was never truly alone. Every loss, every crossing, every heartbreak led her to this moment, to this voice. And when she turns toward it, we see what she's really searching for, connection that outlasts time itself. The teaser ends before we see who's standing there, but that's the point. It's not about seeing, it's about feeling, the recognition, the weight, the hope. It's the kind of storytelling that lives in silence, the kind that lingers long after the screen fades to black. So when Outlander Season 8 arrives, maybe we won't just be watching another chapter of Claire's life. Maybe we'll be watching her step into a version of peace she never thought she'd have. One that includes her past, her future, and the people who've always been calling her name through time. A garden, a voice, a name. The past isn't gone. It's waiting, and this time, Claire turns to meet it.